Hey, what's going on? I'm Loren Easterwood, Father Realtor Entrepreneur, and I'm putting together a series of videos pertaining to different aspects of a real estate transaction. Today I'm focusing on home warranties. Again, I came straight to the source to find out exactly what you right there watching, need to know. And Alright, and we're back. I figured that, if we're talking home warranties, who better to discuss that with than someone that actually works in that industry? So I brought along my friend, Emily Six of Home Warranties of America.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
So I actually have been in the industry, the real estate industry here in Kansas City since 2010. So my title with my company is I'm an account executive, basically a sales rep. So I'm here to help explain the process and educate homeowners on how to use the home warranty to the best of their ability in order to save them the most amount of money possible.
I figured obviously a good place to start would be, what exactly is a home warranty?
I'm so glad you asked, because as a former real estate agent who worked with clients, I didn't really know how to explain them myself. So one of the things that I did when I first took this job was I wanted to really dumb it down and make it really simple for people, because when you're in a crisis situation, say your basement just flooded or something and you don't know what to do, we want to make it really easy for you. So one of the things that I did was we came up with this little acronym that we use at work, and it's PEACH. And it stands for plumbing, electric, appliances, cooling, and heating. And in general, home warranties, that's what they cover for you. So those are the type of things that they're going to save you money on in your home. They also say major systems and appliances and things like that, but the peach will stick in your mind, and hopefully later you're not going, what was it, orange, clementine, I don't know.
Yeah, well, obviously there's two sides of every transaction, right?
Exactly.
You got the buying side, you got the selling side. So if you wouldn't mind explaining, how does it affect buyers, or why is it important for buyers, and how does it affect sellers, or why is it important to homeowners?
Well, let's talk about from the seller side of things. Most home warranties, as we do, order free or offer free seller's coverage, so that the seller can have some limited coverage while they have their property listed, which is really nice, because when you're trying to get your house ready for the market, it just is pretty frustrating to have to go out and buy a brand new dishwasher. So if you can, get that covered during your listing period.
Right.
And then what it does is at closing, it then can transfer over to the buyer.
Right.
And what it does for the seller additionally at that point then is reduces seller liability.
Right.
So that if something does break, the buyer's not trying to come back to the seller after the transaction has closed. We're trying to get them to buy something for them that maybe they didn't know was wrong, or the buyer could have potential concern that they didn't disclose.
Right.
For buyers, really what it is you save up all this money for a down payment on your new home. You want to buy new furniture, you want to decorate it, do those types of things. The last thing you want to do is have to pay $3,000 for a new air conditioner. So that's what we're here to help you do, is save money on those big ticket items that can go wrong. And our company's a 13-month company, so we cover you for the first 13 months after you close as a buyer.
And just to let you guys know that in the typical transaction, that the seller actually ends up paying for the actual program itself. So just keep that in mind. Buyers ask me a lot, do I have to pay for the home warranty? Most of the times you do not. Most of the times the seller pays for that, so just to clarify that, right?
Correct, yeah, and so that can be negotiated, obviously, and if you're trying to be really competitive, we do offer free payment plans.
Oh, nice.
And we do have a military discount. We want to appreciate them and make sure that we take care of them as well, so that's an option as well.
Right, so just, and I kind of want to go back to some, because you mentioned the typical cost of, like you said, within that first year, 13 months of home ownership, AC goes out. Or the refrigerator stops working. All the other stuff they cover. A typical repair for AC would be what?
Well, repairs can always fluctuate just depending on what goes wrong. So that can be a couple $100s to several $100s.
Or what about let's go extreme? Let's say you have to completely replace it.
Replacing an air conditioner, depending on the size that you have, can be anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000 if you pay full retail on it.
Right.
So and the warranties, they're to.
And with the home warranty, you just pay the trade fee.
Pay the trade fee. Sometimes there are non-covered costs, so there can be things that have to happen to your home. Every home is a little bit different, so sometimes there can be modifications that have to happen. And depending on which plan you have, obviously the higher you go, the more is covered. But yeah, that's the idea. So we have 3 different plan prices for when you purchase a home. We have a $450 plan, which has a $75 trade call fee, a $550 plan, which has a $100 trade call fee, and a $590 plan with a $100 trade call.
$3,000 or $75 or $100 for a trade call.
Right.
makes a lot of sense to get a home warranty. I think you hinted at this earlier, but is there anything that HWA does compared to other home warranty?
Yeah, one of the reasons that I love working for HWA as a former realtor, making a decision on what company to go work for and feeling like this was a really good choice for our family was I love that we offer 13-month plans. And one of the best things I think about HWA is we don't have a waiting period. So what that means to the consumer is, though, make sure you do a home inspection. Lowray will obviously always recommend as a realtor.
I got a video about that too. Subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Definitely watch that. So you want to make sure you get a really good home inspection. You want to know what you're buying. So as long as everything works properly at your home inspection, HWA's policy is that we will cover it the day you close on that property. So you're going to move in and that air conditioner's out the first day. HWA is going to cover that for you. You may have to provide that documentation, but we're there for you. So I love that.
I mean, it's pretty cut and dry when it comes to home warranties, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything else you could think of that maybe, tips, pointers, stuff to look out for, anything like that?
Sure. So with a home warranty, always remember to call your warranty company first. Don't go ahead and have it repaired on your own and then send in a receipt for a reimbursement. Typically, they have a policy about needing to call us first so that we can send one of our technicians out to diagnose it.
Right.
Beyond that, make sure you get a home inspection. Make sure you work with a realtor.
Yep.
If you have questions, make sure you know who the representative is for the company that you're going with. Like I said, I'm an account executive for HWA, but if you go with a different company, make sure you know who your person is and reach out to them. Ask them questions. There are no dumb questions. It's an overwhelming process, so you need to know as much as possible.
Cool. Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming and providing us that info. That's all we have. Home warranties, pretty cut and dry. Make sure you get one. And now you know what to look out for and everything like that, and pretty much the cost of them and why they're important. That's all we have for today. Again, subscribe to my YouTube channel for other videos and series and everything like that. And then also shout out to 1KC Radio. We're in one of their studios right now, so definitely appreciate them allowing us to utilize their space. Also future home of my radio show. Stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Take care.